Welcome to Pattaya True Crime, where we recap some of the dark and chilling crimes and unfortunate events that has happened in Pattaya City and the surrounding areas. Warning: listener discretion is advised. This podcast explores graphic content and disturbing themes that might not be suitable for all audiences. Righto, we're back again. Episode 21. This week we've got more transgenders from the beach doing dodgy stuff, but an Indian guy turns the tables. We'll talk about that one a bit more later. And we've got a few method yarns in this one also. Getting into it. Number 1. Transgender woman allegedly steals 20,000 baht from a Chinese tourist in Pattaya. At 1:30 a.m, a Chinese national, 36 years old, filed a complaint with Lieutenant Deputy Inspector at the Pattaya City Police Station after falling victim to a scam involving a transgender woman he met at Pattaya Beach. The suspect allegedly stole 20,000 baht in cash from him. According to the victim, he struck up a friendly conversation with the trans woman and invited her to his hotel room to hang out, in air quotes. While he was taking a shower, the usual, the suspect allegedly fled with 20,000 baht from his wallet. Realising the theft, he immediately reported the incident to police. Authorities have not yet apprehended the culprit. These scams targeting foreign tourists have become a frequent occurrence in Pattaya, raising concern among locals and visitors. Residents and tourists are urging the police to swiftly track down and prosecute the suspect to prevent further incidents and protect Pattaya's reputation as a global destination. Well, I must say, if it keeps happening, it gives me something to talk about, but, you know, so people unknowingly doing the same thing over and over. Anywho, carrying on. We got a Japanese tourist. It's number 2. Japanese tourist warns of an attempted gold necklace theft by a transgender group in Pattaya. At 4:46 a.m, Pattaya Tourist Police received a distress call from a Japanese tourist who narrowly escaped an attempt of theft on Walking Street in South Pattaya. The incident occurred in the heart of Pattaya's popular nightlife district. The victim, a Japanese man in his 30s who wished to remain anonymous, reported that while strolling along Walking Street, he was approached by a group of transgender individuals offering services. After declining their offers, the group allegedly surrounded him, engaging in physical contact by hugging and touching him to distract him while trying to undo a gold necklace around his neck. The tourist, quick to notice their intentions, pushed away the group and immediately sought help from nearby police officers. The suspects fled into the crowd, and no property was reported stolen. Although the victim chose not to press charges, he urges other tourists to stay alert against similar tactics. He also requested authorities to review CCTV footage in the area to prevent further incidents. Pattaya Tourist Police stated they would intensify patrols, particularly along Walking Street, a key tourist hotspot, to ensure the safety and confidence of both Thai and international visitors. That old chestnut. Same shit. Anyway, proceeding number 3. A startling incident unfolded. Pardon me. Startling incident unfolded at Pattaya City Police Station. This is a crack up, this one. Where a woman, estimated to be 35 to 40 years old, walked in carrying a plastic bag containing drug paraphernalia and a Ziploc bag containing crystal methamphetamine, commonly known as ice. The woman dressed in a t-shirt and shorts, appeared to be high as fuck, while with a bleeding wound on her right knee. Poor love. The incident occurred at the police station. The colonel, the chief, and the lieutenant colonel, along with reporters, were preparing for the Pattaya Marathon outside the station. The woman blazingly displayed the contents of her bag, shocking onlookers. When questioned about the items, she spoke incoherently, displaying signs of mental instability, and proceeded to explain how to use the drugs, as well as the price and the source of the drugs. Wow. Yeah, righto. Right in front of all the coppers. All the big bosses too at that. Well, no good. So no ID documents were found on her. Police promptly seized the drugs as evidence. Police coordinated with volunteers from the Sawang Bulibun Foundation to provide first aid for the woman's knee before transferring her for medical treatment and rehab. The incident left officers and bystanders stunned, highlighting ongoing challenges with drug-related issues in the area. Yeah. Out of it, isn't it? Just waltz up to the front of the police, or into the police station pretty much, and start showing the cops how to smoke crack. Yeah, I hope she gets some help. It's pretty full on. Anyway, number 4. 2 people who intervened. They were both injured in separate altercations in Pattaya. I think there's one video on the Facebook page that has been shared. You can have a look at this. Yeah, it's pretty shit. Old mate's cracked his head on the ground pretty hard. So 2 separate incidents in Pattaya have left local residents injured after intervening in disputes between foreign tourists and local service providers, highlighting ongoing tensions in the popular tourist destination. The most recent incident occurred at 4 a.m. in the middle of Soi Buakhao. Police patrol officers and rescue workers found a foreign tourist, approximately 50 years old, with a severe head injury and bleeding on the roadside. According to a witness, they observed the Western tourist arguing with a transgender sex worker. When locals attempted to intervene and calm the situation, the tourist allegedly became aggressive. A motorcycle taxi driver who tried to help was punched in the face. The driver then retaliated, and other bystanders joined in to assist, resulting in the foreigner falling and sustaining head injuries. He fairly fell and cracked his head on the ground. No good. The transgender woman involved, she told police. She was trying to escape the man who was pursuing her. She said the motorcycle taxi driver, who was unaware of the situation, simply tried to intervene but was attacked by the foreigner with an object, escalating the conflict. The 25-year-old taxi driver later filed a complaint with police, stating he was one of those attacked by the foreigner first. Meanwhile, the foreign man remains hospitalised due to his head injuries and still disorientated, unable to give a statement or travel to file a complaint. So in a similar situation just 2 days before, at 1 a.m, a hotel security guard in central Pattaya was struck in the head and left bloodied while trying to break up a dispute between a foreign tourist and a Thai woman. The 37-year-old hotel security employee was attacked by a Thai woman, aged approximately 30 to 40 years old, whom the foreigner had brought back to the hotel from Pattaya Beach. Another red flag, mate. Grabbing some lady off the beach, probably not the best idea. The dispute was over disagreement for service fees, with the argument taking place loudly on the 3rd floor of the hotel. When the guard went upstairs to intervene and asked them to move their discussion downstairs to avoid disturbing other guests, the woman became angry, grabbed a phone, and struck him on the head before fleeing. Both cases remain under police investigation as authorities work to address the escalating tensions in the tourist area. Yeah, don't know what's... Well, here's what it is, I suppose. Keeps happening. Number 5. CCTV captures clear footage of a thief stealing a Pattaya vendor's motorcycle in a late-night heist. Late-night heist. It's a good one. At around 1 a.m, 50-year-old vegetable vendor near the Thepprasit market reported the theft of her sidecar motorcycle from the parking lot behind the store. The incident occurred in the early hours a few days before. So the stolen vehicle is a grey and bronze Honda Wave 110cc modified with a sidecar for delivering vegetables to markets. CCTV footage from the scene clearly captured the suspect, a masked man, seen loitering around the vehicle before seizing the opportunity to mount the motorcycle, start the engine and flee the scene swiftly. The victim revealed that she had accidentally left the key in the ignition, which likely facilitated the theft. I'll say so. She also discovered that another motorcycle was stolen from the same location several months ago, with the culprit still at large. The vendor has since filed a police report and urged authorities to apprehend the thief, adding the motorcycle is her family's primary source of livelihood. Its loss severely impacts their ability to sustain a living. Police are investigating and reviewing CCTV footage to track down the suspect. Bloody hell, eh? Don't leave your keys in the ignition. No excuse. People shouldn't fucking pinch your bike either way, but make it a little bit harder for them. Number 6. A Pattaya thief poses as a delivery rider and steals cash and valuables. At 5 a.m, a brazen theft occurred at Chef Basil Curry Rice on Jomtien Second Road. The 30-year-old shop owner's grandson reported the incident to an investigating officer at the Pattaya City Police Station after a thief disguised as a food delivery rider stole a bag containing cash and valuables. According to the grandson, the suspect, dressed as a food delivery rider, entered the shop and ordered 28 boxes of food. While he prepared the order, the suspect offered to help pack the food, gaining his trust. Seizing an opportunity, the thief grabbed a shoulder bag containing 6,000 baht in cash, a gold ring, and a sacred amulet from a renowned temple. That's no good. Bit of fucking bad karma there, mate, pinching stuff like that. No good at all. The suspect then made an excuse to leave to refuel their vehicle and fled the scene. The theft was only discovered later when the man noticed his bag missing. In addition to the stolen valuables, the shop suffered a loss exceeding 1,000 baht from the unpaid food order. The man expressed his frustration, noting that his shop sells boxes for just 35 baht each to support low-income customers during tough economic times. I'm heartbroken, he said, to fall victim to this scam. Yeah, mate, that's pretty shit. He also urged police to track down the suspect and bring them to justice to prevent further crimes against other local vendors. Authorities are investigating and working to apprehend the suspect. Yeah. Karma will get you, mate. Number 7. Oh, this is fucking weird, man. So Indian tourists report Thai escort to police over small breast dispute in Pattaya. Yep. Yeah. In a bizarre incident in the early hours of the morning, Pattaya City Police received a distress call at 2:30 a.m. from 3 Indian tourists staying at a hotel in Soi Beach Road 11. Oh, Soi 11 Beach Road, sorry. The men claimed a Thai woman estimated to be 35 to 40 years old refused to leave their hotel room after a disagreement over her escort companionship services. Upon arrival at the scene, police found a woman visibly startled, unaware of any wrongdoing. She explained to officers that the tourist had agreed to pay her 3,000 baht for her services and had already provided a 1,000 baht deposit. However, arriving at the hotel, the men expressed dissatisfaction, complaining that her breasts were in air quote, too small, and her physique did not meet their expectations. Fucking out of control. She insisted on receiving the remaining payment before leaving, as per their agreement. The tourist, however, allegedly tricked her by saying they needed to exchange money downstairs, only to return with the police in tow. The three Indian men admitting to hiring the woman from a bar in a nightlife area for escort services. However, they claimed her appearance did not match their expectations after she undressed, prompting them to ask her to leave. It just baffles me. 3 men, 1 lady, and 3,000 baht. Anyway, no judgment. Low-key judging, but no judgment. When she refused and demanded the remaining payment, they reported her to the police, accusing her of wrongdoing. Police mediated the dispute, informing both parties that failure to reach an agreement could lead to legal action against all involved. After negotiations, the parties resolved their matter amicably, with the money returned with no further filed complaints. Both sides returned to their respective accommodations. Right, we're getting a bit of a law thingy here. So, notably, prostitution in Thailand is technically illegal under the Prevention and Suppression of Prostitution Act, PE 2539, in 1996. The law prohibits soliciting, procuring, or engaging in prostitution, with penalties including fines and imprisonment for sex workers, clients, and those facilitating such activities. Fines for sex workers can range from 1,000 to 20,000 baht, with potential jail terms of up to 1 month. Clients may face similar fines, or up to 1 month in prison. However, law enforcement can be inconsistent, particularly in tourist-heavy areas like Pattaya, where the sex industry operates somewhat openly despite legal restrictions. Many establishments, such as bars and massage parlours, often serve as fronts, and police may mediate disputes informally, as seen in this case, rather than strictly enforcing the law. Many activist groups are also working to reform the 1996 law and fully decriminalise prostitution, with a draft bill awaiting review in Parliament, with wide support, which is also why enforcement is inconsistent. So it's obviously illegal, but they do have activist parties and activist groups and stuff like that, and they're sorting it out because they want, and it's fair enough. So ladies working in bars and all that sort of stuff, they don't get any fucking sick days or they don't have any annual leave or whatever. So because it's illegal, but because it is such a big part of tourism and whatnot, they want benefits. They're fighting for benefits for sex workers. And why not? Good on them. Hope they get it. They get fucking, superannuation, or they call it in Thailand, they call it social security. There you go. Carrying on. Number 8. Still on the Indians. A transgender woman allegedly robbed of 7,000 baht by an Indian man. Yes, you heard that right. Tables have been turned. At around 3 a.m, a 27-year-old transgender woman filed a report at the Pattaya City Police Station, accusing a 34-year-old Indian national of stealing 7,000 baht in cash. This incident occurred at a guest house in the Walking Street area of Pattaya. According to the victim, she met the suspect at an Indian-themed pub on Walking Street, where they hit it off. They decided to continue drinking at his guest house room. Upon arrival, the man allegedly tricked her into taking a shower. When she returned, she noticed him closing a safe suspiciously. Checking her belongings, she discovered 7,000 baht was missing from her bag. When she attempted to leave, the suspect reportedly detained her, preventing her from leaving the room. Fucking this is like a mirror image of what happens. This the other way around now. Yeah. God, I love Pattaya. Fortunately, guest house staff heard her cries for help and intervened, notifying tourist police who promptly detained the suspect. She noted that the man appeared intoxicated and possibly under the influence of drugs, exhibiting erratic behaviour such as sticking out his tongue and acting abnormally. So police recorded the incident and detained the suspect to calm him down, as he was incoherent, sobbing, and unable to provide clear information. So while in custody, he reportedly became agitated and disruptive. Authorities are continuing their investigation and will proceed with legal action accordingly. That's the end of that one. Pardon me. Fuck. Great. Number 9. A policeman's car burst into flames at a Pattaya intersection. The officer escaped unharmed. In the early hours of the morning, a Mercedes-Benz belonging to a senior police officer caught fire at the Matchstick Factory intersection on Sukhumvit Road in Pattaya. The incident, reported at 2:40 a.m, brought a fast response from the Sawang Budibun Rescue Centre and Pattaya City firefighters. Upon arrival, rescue teams encountered thick black smoke and flames engulfing the engine area of the vehicle. Initial attempts to douse the blaze with nearby water sources provided insufficient due to the intensity of the fire. Firefighters, supported by additional units, battled the flames for over 10 minutes before bringing the situation under control. Fucking good job, boys. Investigations revealed that the car contained a police uniform and personal belongings, indicating it belonged to a high-ranking police officer. Fortunately, the officer escaped the vehicle in time before the fire spread, with no injuries reported. Officers from the Banglamung police station secured the scene and coordinated with investigators to determine the cause of the fire. The officer was safe and cooperative with investigators, as he would be, being a high-ranking copper. That's it. Good job. Sorted. Carrying on. Number 10. Woman arrested for selling meth at her grocery shack in Pattaya. Couple more meth yarns. So local officials and police have arrested a 55-year-old woman for selling yabba pills from her small roadside stall as a front for a drug dealing to local youths and factory workers, apparently. The operation was carried out by local officials acting on intelligence and as part of the Ministry of Interior's No Drugs, No Dealers initiative. Officers launched a sting operation targeting drug activity in the area. Residents in Mu 5 had alerted authorities to suspicious activity at a zinc-roofed grocery shop that reportedly served as a hub for drug sales. Undercover officers monitored the premises and noted a consistent stream of motorcycles arriving and leaving, a clear sign of drug dealing. A controlled buy was arranged, during which an undercover agent successfully purchased 4 yabba pills for 200 baht. Once the transaction was complete, police immediately moved in. The suspect was apprehended while standing calmly in front of the shop. The marked banknotes used in the undercover purchase were found in the apron she was wearing. Busted. A further search of the premises revealed 290 yabba pills concealed in a Ziploc bag hidden behind a corrugated metal sheet in the shop. She confessed that the drugs belonged to her and that she acquired them from a man only known as Mr. M, purchasing them for 30 baht per pill and reselling them for 50 baht each. Authorities have taken the suspect and confiscated drugs to Banglamung police station for formal charges and legal proceedings. Officers reiterated their commitment to rooting out drug trafficking in local communities and warned that further raids would continue under the zero tolerance policy. Good on yous. Getting stuck into it. Good job. Number 11. A 3 motorbike collision unfolded on Highway 331 near Sadahip late at night. leaving one man seriously injured and another rider lucky to walk away. The incident occurred around 10 p.m. when a 49-year-old man riding a white and red Honda Wave 125i reportedly entered the highway from the Kauai market, but heading in the wrong direction. Travelling against oncoming traffic, the 49-year-old collided head-on with a 52-year-old who was riding legally on his grey Honda Nice. Pardon. The impact was so violent that both motorcycles were sent across the road. Rescue teams from the Sawang Bulibun Foundation in Pattaya were quickly dispatched to the scene, along with volunteers who provided first aid. The 51-year-old who sustained serious injuries, including a deep laceration on his left leg, a torn eyelid, and head wound. He was stabilised at the scene before being rushed to the hospital. Just minutes later, the danger escalated further. A third rider, 28-year-old, arrived on the scene unaware of the crash in front of her and the debris scattered all over the road. Riding a red Honda Click, she failed to avoid the wreckage and collided with the already crashed Honda Nice. Fortunately, she only sustained minor injuries and didn't need to go to the hospital. Her motorbike, however, suffered visible damage in the secondary crash. Police from local station are now investigating the sequence of events. Authorities are reviewing CCTV footage and gathering witness statements to determine the precise cause of the accident. Legal action is expected to follow based on their findings. At this stage, officers have not confirmed whether alcohol or drugs or excessive speed played part in the crash. Maybe him riding up the wrong way of the fucking road. It's got something to do with it. Anyway, fuck's sakes, be safe, people. Ride on the right side of the road. Yeah. Alright, we'll get into our last one for this episode this week. Got number 12. A topless woman rescued on Pattaya Street in distress. Poor love. Pattaya officers sprang into action after a woman in a visible mental distress was spotted wandering shirtless down a busy street in Jomtien. The unsettling scene unfolded on Soi 2, where concerned residents alerted authorities after noticing the woman behaving erratically without a top on. Responding with speed and sensitivity, officers from the Jomtien Enforcement Unit located the woman and escorted her to the Municipal Centre for Immediate Care. She appeared disorientated and deeply distressed. Our teams provided clothing and helped her calm down before arranging further support, said a Jomtien official. The woman was later referred to relevant agencies for additional medical and psychological assistance. Her identity has not been disclosed. The incident has prompted Pattaya City Hall to remind residents and tourists that help is just a phone call away, particularly for vulnerable persons who may be suffering from mental health issues, intoxication, or other impairments. Municipal teams are trained and ready to assist not only locals but also intoxicated tourists who may struggle to return safely to their hotels, said a spokesperson. Sometimes just one call can prevent serious harm to the person or to others around them. It's true. Officials urge public not to walk away when they see someone clearly in need, whether it's a confused person on the street or a drunk tourist struggling to get home. Even if someone appears to be just intoxicated, they could be in danger. Intervention could save a life. That was a statement from the City Hall. City teams can also help with transport, ensuring that stranded or impaired tourists and even their vehicles make it back safely without incident. Well, there it is. Good on you, Pattaya City. Good on you. Helping out people in need. Oh, well, there it is. Episode 21 done and dusted, eh? We'll be back in another week with some more crazy yarns from Pattaya City. Until then, stay safe out there, people. Stay safe.